It's hot. Alright, let's keep it PG. What is up, my people? Welcome back to the channel. I'm your boy Nassim the Dream. It's been a minute since I made a singles of the week video. I think I missed 2 weeks in a row, I believe. I had to do some recalculating for the channel, deload for a little bit, and with all this rap beef going on, there was a lot to keep up with. But enough talk, it is time for singles of the week. If you don't know, this is a segment where I like to break down some of the newest tracks that have dropped this weekend. I'm going to give you my honest thoughts, and I'm going to give them an honest official rating. So be sure to check them out for yourselves. They're all linked in the description down below. Let's get right into these new singles. To begin, we are going to go with Nardo, Wick with his newest track Back to Back featuring Future and Southside. Now, based off the title, I thought this was going to have somewhat of a connection with the whole beef against Drake. Based off the title, again, no, it has nothing to do with that. That's just kind of where it really had me going, but no, nothing to do with it at all. But talking about what the track does offer, I think it is pretty good. It's got some serious intensity into the beat drop right here. Future went absolutely crazy. I will admit, in the intro with Nardo, it wasn't a great hook. I do not think it was a great attention getter. But once the beat dropped, shit really went super hard. Southside really came through with a rager, and yeah, overall this was epic. Next up, we got Sia with the track Champion featuring Tierra, Wick, Kaliii, and Jolliff. This ain't as smothering as I expected it to be with this many names on one track, and I don't really expect the runtime to really be as long, which it really wasn't. The rap verses from Wick and Kaliii, though, really nice. Really fit into the mix very well. They bring in some vibrance, and it just really sticks with the track very well. Like, they really do stand out, and the hook will be catchy to most. I could really take it or leave it with the whole mix. It's just kind of just very loud and just very obnoxious to the point. I'm not really obsessing over it, but overall it's fine. The next, Eladio Carrion has came out with an EP. I'm gonna give you my thoughts on one of these singles in here. It's called Heavyweights. I am very happy with this one. The production is tight, clean, and vivid. I love how warm the bass sounds in here. Melodically, Eladio is also on point. The drums really do pack a punchy crisp to it, and yeah, I can't complain with this one, man. It's really hitting. It's fire. Lancey Foux got a new track out. It's called Gotta Get You. Still getting down into his feels with this little melodic hip-hop and R&B feel with the instrumentation on here. The performance can feel a little bit repetitive, and that's not really that big of a deal just because Lancey's kind of new for me, and I really hope to see him improve over the years. So yeah, I think there's just an overall lack of sound selection that really kept this track from being a lot better than what it's really presented. But this really did have some potential in there. I do like what Lancey can really do on here. A little bit monotone, just a little bit. It can get a little bit more dynamic with it to really improve it here. Just some different song structures in here. But you know, for what it involves, just some missing pieces. That's really the biggest thing for it. Otherwise than that, I think it has a good skeleton. Kevin Abstract is also out with a new track called Tennessee featuring Lil Nas X. This was a smooth listen. I appreciated his focus onto the melodics. Nas brought out some really good stuff to bring to the table. Almost has a dreamy aesthetic to it. Kevin really just channeling his inner Gambino. That's really what resonated with me in terms of like what I was thinking about, artists related to it, what I can really think about contemporary wise, what this really reminded me of. And yeah, it's coming out sounding pretty decent. I like it. Ghostface, Killah, and Nas are out with the track Scar Tissue. Now, just in case you haven't played this track yet, I will give you a major warning. There is gonna be a triggering stanza, a certain line in here that a lot of people are not gonna be happy with. But I mean, rappers that came out of the 90s and the 80s, I mean, it was just kind of normal and not an excuse. Okay, it's not okay still, I'm not saying that, but I'm just kind of just giving you a reason about why, if you do play it, why you might hear a certain thing being said. But other than that, I enjoyed this. It is a fuse of hard boom bap and rock instrumentation. It really does bring me back to their classic vintage styles of hip-hop music in the 90s. It has some fire to it as well. It just really comes just straight for blood, in your face, wastes no time at all. So yeah, I enjoyed it. Rachel Chinouriri is out with her LP. I cannot wait to give it a ride, and I just really hope for the best, because everything I've been hearing so far, including this new single I'm going to be giving you a taste about, Robbed, is absolutely freaking amazing. I love the soulful guitars and the gloomy tones that the track embodies. It really complements that soft touch into Rachel's singing into the song overall. It's one of those indie sounding tracks that gives off a warm feeling and reflects off of that as well, but also like deep to its aesthetic, what it's actually produced as, a lot of cool sounds, a lot of cool tones on here instead. So I thought that was very interesting in how it still captured that sensation, but at the same time the sound and what its characteristics were do not uphold that exact same feeling and tone. So yeah, top-notch stuff. I love this from Rachel, and I really hope to love the entire LP. And then we got the Lemon Twigs out with the newest track, Peppermint Roses. I'm not surprised that I love this track because they have just been on a roll so far with their latest singles, with their most recent LP coming out. Everything has just been so refreshing into like a capsule that totally collects into that classic 70s rock sound while keeping the mix sounding very crisp and modern at the same time, which is just, that's how it should be done. And like music like that, you can use the same songwriting ideas and like a lot of inspirations from the back, but if you just really just kick it off and capitalize well with the production, only good things can really go up from there. The guitars really do stand out on here. I really feel like it's like a soaring lightning bolt just striking in the middle of the track, and it is just so epic. It feels good too. Yet another banger from the Lemon Twigs, so you should check this out. Dominic Fike has a new track as well called Hi Grace. I felt I wanted something to be a little bit more different with this track because I do like the direction he's going in with the craft, and he has some interesting insight on here. The processing is what really gets me to think that in this moment. However, the vocals just get way too choppy. Like it's just a little bit tedious at a certain point. I kind of get annoyed with it. It gets a little bit too robotic. Now with the auto-tune layering, that's okay. When we get into that sequence, into that stepping stone, that's fine. But once we get into the drums and you can tell it's removed off of the vocals, it just feels too synthetic, and it just really just kind of just knocks off the groove in the entire song. So I like the idea he had though, so this could really improve. And Gunna with a new track called Wassam. Wassam. The man broke the streak for just prolifically coming out with doo-doo just for years to me. Doo-doo. I actually thought this was decent. I really dig the instrumental. It's very nice. It has a gloss finish to it. There are certain samples that are just really just giving off a perfect highlight reel for this, and it's really refreshing to see. It's really nice to see it coming from Gunna. He's doing all right as a rapper lyrically. I mean, you're not really gonna find anything too insane. It's not a gold mine by any chance, and I don't want to give too much credit here, but yeah, it's sonically satisfying, I will admit. Marshmello and Kane Brown are out with a new track, Miles on it. This is going to be the sequel after their last big single. I don't even fucking care what it's called, because I didn't care for that first single, and if you like that one, you'll like this one. You will. But I thought the first single was trash, and I have to be honest, the mixing is just absolutely lazy on this. It just slashes with white noise and just creates this like confetti effect. It's just so overplayed and just generic and overused, and it's boring. Daddy Yankee's got a new track called LOVEO. Nothing major on here. I mean, if you like upbeat, like very bright colors, pink and like fluffy, like Latin pop styles with that familiar formula per se, sure, I would recommend this to you. You'll probably love it. But truly a generic track. Writing is poor. No thanks. Then we got the Marías coming out with a double single feature, If Only and No One Noticed, and I'm going to be reviewing both of them. If Only has this like really hazy jazz sound to it that is controlled through a light ambience with hints of dark indie to it that I really did enjoy, and it just really fascinated me. Pretty short. I think each song is about a piece. Maybe this one is about 2.5, and then the next one is about 3.5. And combined to 6 minutes. A really great setup for the next track though, No One Noticed. I feel like that was the one that really kicked things off. The soft drum lines are just such a nice touch. The singing stays very consistent throughout the entire listen. I think it would have worked as like a combination single and just like have a moment in there where it just kind of just feels like it's transforming, as it kind of already necessarily did, but it just kind of just like, you could tell like that the songs were separated. But at that point, you might as well just make a little bit of effort, make some kind of like transitional highlight and just like put it in there. But at the same time, this could really work in the direction of where it's placed in the arrangements for an upcoming project. So if that's the case, that makes sense. But yeah, overall, I can't complain too much because the quality is immense. I really did love these tracks. Chance the Rapper, Buried Alive. I didn't hear that many great notions regarding this track, and I could definitely see why. The sample has potential for sure, though it's completely ruined by a lousy finale, absolutely lousy. But also Chance can't really seem to find that spark lyrically again, which sucks, man. I really want to see one of Chicago's finest be on the charts again, be relevant again to most hip-hop audience, and just like, you know, actually come out with stuff that I feel like it really matches what he was really putting on the table around his era when he was coming out with his mixtapes. But at the moment, it just seems like just to be a memory, which is, it's whatever. But yeah, I didn't love this, but it could be worse. Yeat is out with a new track called King Tonka. And again, I hate abrupt endings. I feel like they ruin the entire momentum of a track, like awfully, absolutely awfully. And that is the problem with this track right here. And the thing is, I really like the song. I do like it. Yeat has been going off lately, but coming off, like, come on, man. We had to have a strong start and a strong finish. Probably won't bother me the more I listen to it, but at the same time, I kind of doubt it, because it's very sharp. It's a very sharp ending. It bothers me, so I'm kind of on it. Then we got Carolina Polachek coming out with a soundtrack to the next 824 feature for I Saw the TV Glow. I didn't even know she was making a special soundtrack, or I think it's just a single, for that movie. And I'm super pumped to see that movie. If we're just gonna get a little bit off topic, I have high hopes for that film, and it's an A24 film. A24 is the GOAT. So yeah, something tells me that this song will resonate so well with what's really going on with that film, and just like what the song will encompass to the entire essence for the track, because this mix turns into a space exposition. Like once that bass hits, you are sucked into a dark hole instantly. I love the exploration on here that she does with the noise elements. I mean, they just made the perfect choice of picking Carolina Polachek. She is so careful with her sound selections and the FX that she chooses to use to enhance her song abilities. So I love the purity that this track possesses. It is pure music nerd bliss and is absolutely perfect. We've been getting a lot of the beef tracks from Kendrick Lamar and Drake. I wanted to include them all in here, but instead, I'm just gonna give one of them the single of the week, because it's truthfully the best out of the bunch to me so far. I'm gonna be making a separate video where I actually rank all those tracks so far in order to what I think is from least to the best. I'm gonna give the single of the week to Kendrick Lamar's Euphoria. The more and more I play this track, the more universal and versatile I feel like this track can really work wherever you're playing it. I don't really get where people are coming at with the mixing criticism. I mean, to be truthfully honest, all these tracks, they don't have the most amazing, perfect, on-the-spot production. They're diss tracks. We're more focused on what's being said in the lyrics out of everything. Everything else is just for a spectacle. That's really what it is for. I still think it matters, but like, the point is, I don't think this track specifically that people were criticizing about, mostly Drake fucking dick riders, if I'm gonna be honest with you. But no, the more I hear this track on different stereos and different headphones, I feel like it is definitely the brightest, best sounding track out of all of them so far. Yes, even the latest track, even with Meet the Grams, and then the newest one that just Kendrick just came out with again. The dude is just fucking coming out with banger after banger. Yeah, this is the one. This one is absolutely amazing. So stay tuned for that. I'm probably gonna make it into a short of when I'm gonna be ranking those tracks. Guys, by far, this is the single of the week. And that is it for this week's singles of the week, guys. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you enjoyed, go and like, share, and comment down below of what you thought of these singles. Do not forget to check them out for yourselves. They are all linked in the description down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'm gonna catch you in the next one. Deuces.